Shalom. All praises to Yahweh by Shema Mashiach Yahweh Shah. This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of St. Nicholas. Today, we're going to get into the thieves that stole our surnames and what have you and where they come from. Some of them come from a place called Nottingham. Now, this is the Nottingham Caves. This is the place where the wild man Caucasian Edomite who stole our surnames come from. And this is another photo of the Nottingham Caves, and you see how they build it up. It look all pretty, it look all nice, but that was all biblical. That was all prophecy. This is Malachi 1 and 4, and it says, "Whereas Edom saith, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus says the Lord of hosts. They shall build up, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the borders of wickedness, and the people against whom the Lord hath indignation forever." All right. So this is their dwellings, were their dwellings before they came into our castles and subdued us and threw us into captivity and stole our surnames. All right. This is the Nottingham Caves. All right. Now, this is a book that I want to get into. It's called Memoirs of the Secret Service of John Mackey, Esquire, during the reign of King Williams, Queen Anne, and King George I. It's going to show you how the people of Nottingham looked during the Dark Ages or what have you. All right? It's going to show you their color. It's going to show you the royalty, not the Caucasians, but the royalty of Nottingham during the Dark Ages, all right? And this is Daniel, Earl of Nottingham, Secretary of State, all right? Is eldest son of Mr. Finch, Lord Chancellor in the reign of King Charles II. And we know that King Charles was a Negro, a Hebrew, all right, from the House of Stuarts, all right? That was our last Negro king. And this is page 25. And on page 26, we're going to go straight down to how he looked. Is a tall, thin, very black man, like a Spaniard, all right, or Jew, about 50 years old, all right? So this book shows you that the Spaniards, the first Spaniards were black and the Jews were black, all right? So now what we're going to do, we're going to find out how they portray Daniel, all right, of Nottingham. Now, to remind you, he's the eldest son to Mr. Finch, Lord Chancellor in the reign of King Charles II, a black man. Daniel Earl of Nottingham, Secretary of State. Now, we're going to see how he look. Wow. Daniel Finch, 2nd Earl of Nottingham. Why is he portrayed to be a Caucasian man where the book just clearly show that he was a tall, thin black man like a Spaniard? Page 25, Daniel Earl of Nottingham, Secretary of State. Page 26, a tall, thin, very black man like a Spaniard or Jew, about 50 years old. So who is this guy? Come on, man. And this is what they do. They whitewash our history. They steal our history and whitewash it. That's biblical, and cover the faces of the judges thereof. Let's get to it. This is Job 9 and 24. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? It's this guy. And they've been doing this since the 1500s. They had 200 years to do this. From 1500 to the 1500s to the 1800s, they whitewashed us. They slaughtered they slaughtered us, put us in slavery, and whitewashed our history. All right. Now this is out the Nottingham City Council. Nottingham links to slavery in Jamaica. Robert Smith, Lord Carrington. All right. So now, there's history stating that the Jamaicans come from Ireland. All right. Now we have history saying that the Jamaicans also come from Nottingham, England. All right. So history been lying to us, man. Somebody gotta answer these questions. We know about the Liverpool slave trade and we know about the Bristol slave trade. Now we need to bring this out to these so-called scholars. So that was brief history about the Caucasians and the wild men that stole our history and whitewashed it. And I showed you how they did it. All right. And they did that to all of us. All of us are victims to that crime that was committed. You know, stealing our history and whitewashing it, all right? So dig into your surnames, because your surname hold a key to your history and to your forefathers. Our history was not erased. It was stolen and then whitewashed, all right? This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of St. Nicholas. I hope y'all was edified. Shalom.